Reaching out to perky hole. Can't fuck with you dirty hoe. Got a couple different bitches. Any, meeny, miny, mo. He's selling dreams. That ain't shit to me. I fucked with a bitch that's been realer than me.
What's up, family? Back with another dope episode of Who's Hot Music Exclusive. We got Madara out of Toronto, Canada. Yo,
Hello.
Toronto got some talent, yo. How you doing, Madara?
Oh, for sure. I'm doing well. Yeah, Toronto's super talented. So I appreciate you guys tapping in over here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have a dope sound, it's a soulful sound. And I haven't really heard too many female artists coming out of Toronto just yet, but there's been a lot of male talent. Obviously
Yeah.
with Drake, Tory Lanez, the list goes on, Party Next Door, and now Madara.
Yeah, I'm here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with those types of names being named there in Toronto, like, how did you get your start in music and like who were your influences?
Honestly, my influences are just like everything, like from Erica Badu to Lil Durk to, Jesse Reyes, like to, I mean, Drake's an influence to everybody, I guess, So it just all around, like I don't have one type of genre or artist I listen to. It was more so like I just had that creative energy in me since I was young, and I always knew I wanted to be in some type of creative industry. Um, but then as I grew older, I had a really strong attachment to music, and I used to write music a lot, and then that turned into me just doing it for me,
Yeah. When you were writing music, did you ever think, oh, I'm actually going to put this out or this is going to be a thing?
No, I actually used to write for other people just for fun. One of my best friends in high school, she had a really nice voice. She still does. So she was kind of like my muse in a sense where I would just express myself in my writing and then I would just make her sing it. But
Right.
yeah. Um, and then it just turned to me just taking the role to, put it out there.
Absolutely. Writing is definitely therapeutic, especially when we all go through our own personal battles. So it's a way for you to
For sure.
express yourself, immediately. What was the moment that, you came across that said, okay, this is for real. This is what I'm actually going to do. I'm actually going to be an artist.
I feel like it was the first time I went to like an actual studio, like a recording studio. Before that, I used to always record myself on like Snapchat or GarageBand, like on my phone, But going to a studio and seeing what someone can do with my voice, like that's a talent in itself to be an engineer. So like, like seeing and hearing my voice like tuned right and just out loud on studio speakers, I was like, okay, yeah, like I might actually want to do this for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. That studio feel will definitely make you feel like it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
for
damn, I'm
sure.
really in here, huh? You know,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
that's dope. How did you come up with your artist name? How did you settle across Madara?
It's actually my middle name, but people would always think that it's the Naruto character, Madara.
Okay.
So I had to kind of like restructure my name so that that wouldn't be the only thing popping up on Google every time you type my name in because it used to be spelled Madara, which is how my middle name is spelled. And then I had to kind of like, just change it up a little bit so that it wouldn't be the only Google search. Like you would have to go like through pages and pages to find me. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't compete with that. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
I had to
Naruto's got a huge fan base. So
oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, so you transformed into an artist and you decided to take it seriously. What was the first song that you released that kind of got some buzz?
My first song was called Cruisin'. It's so funny. Like I would never play it now. Like, but there's people that like still know that song and still play it. They find it on Sound. I think the only place that's out right now is SoundCloud. Um, but yeah, that was my first song. And then second to that, I would say like Intuition is like my biggest song to date.
Yep.
So yeah, between those two.
Absolutely. Yeah, Intuition's a dope song. It's got a nice vibe to it, you know.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
so you came out with these tracks, right? So, what are some ways that you came into difficulty with trying to get your music out to the public? You know, as a young indie artist, you know, we come across so many different struggles as far as how to market our stuff, how to get people to listen to it. So what are some things that you ran into and how did you overcome that so you can get seen?
I feel like as a female, especially, like, your light's dimmed a lot, so you just kind of have to like fight for that spot 10 times harder.
Right.
Not that the males don't try, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're not trying to show skin, if you're not trying to like engage in a certain sexual kind of way, like you have to make sure your talent's on point. Like, so first, like I think one of the first things I did was like try to find my sound before I try to like market myself and like shine the light on myself. And then after that, I think I just started doing a lot of shows. um Anytime anyone offered or anytime I heard that there was something going on, I was just down. I was just saying yes to everything, because like I feel like when you get to a certain point, then you can limit accessibility. But when you're first starting out, like you have to just say yes to everything. Just, just be down to work, be down to collaborate. Um, but other than that, yeah, I just really focus on like my branding and like I just kind of tried to look at it from a third, like like another perspective to kind of like I'd always go on my Instagram like, okay, like if I seen this person, like would I fuck with them? And
Right,
like,
right.
so I would always try to like brand my stuff so that I could like look at it from an outside perspective and see like is this something that other people would fuck with?
Yeah.
But at the heart of it all, I feel like you just have to be genuine. Like your branding has to match who you really are as a person too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And learning marketing for your own self as an artist is like it's like it's just part of the course of going through the indie phase, you know. And but you
Exactly.
become so much better because you learn how to just manage so many different things and
Exactly. You get to wear all the hats as an indie artist, and that way you learn not to get played when like people approach you because you already know certain things. But I do believe in like you have to have a team to get to a certain point. Like you can't do everything yourself. Like that was something that was like, I had to learn because I'm very hard-headed. I'm very like I'm a perfectionist about my own stuff. And I always feel like no one understands me, like no one gets my vibe, like, but you have to like be willing to teach people like what you're about and who you are so that they can enter your world and they can, help you get to a certain point too.
yeah, no, that's very real. Is you know receiving help and being
Mhm.
able to recognize that you need help to go to another next level. That's
Exactly.
definitely something that comes across the plate. Um, you talk about team, right? So, who were some like of the first people that you ran across that you said, okay, these are my teammates, and we're gonna rock together. This is what we're gonna do.
Honestly, I don't have a lot even till this day, but certain people I love to keep working with, especially if I build a relationship with them, like certain producers. Like, I'm always working with OK Taylor. Um, I'm always working with Borden Beats, like certain people, Midnight. I'm always working with Caleb, he's my engineer. Um, who else? Fizzo is who I started with in the engineering, like, like he's the one who recorded one of my first songs. And then years down the road, like, like I met my manager a few years ago, a couple years ago, and he's just been on my team since then. He super believes in me, is down to help me whenever. But yeah, like I have this very strong independent mindset where, I'm like, yeah, I have to figure stuff out. But meeting my manager and stuff, it helped me to kind of like let go of the burden and just give everyone their roles. But I mean, to this day, I can't let it go. So
Absolutely. I know that's gonna be tough. Just
yeah,
because I know that you're very we're sensitive about our shit as artists. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And we can be perfectionists. So definitely understand. Toronto is way out there in Canada, right? And we're here in America. So What do you have to do to reach the fans here in America all the way from Toronto?
Honestly, I think I just need to come out there. Like every time I like come out to a new city, I just feel like people are just more open to like working with people that are not from where they're from. I don't know. I think it goes for everybody. Like wherever you're from, I think you need to leave. You need to like, see new things, meet new people, and just network outside of this little circle of your hometown. So yeah, I think I just need to come out there. I think I need to do some shows out there. So if you or anybody knows whoever's watching this, if you guys got a hookup, I would be super down to come rock out with you guys. So I would love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Networking is the name of the game. And like you said,
Sure.
stretching your wings, going places that you've never been, engaging with people that you've never met. You know,
Hmm.
um, some of our biggest audience is probably out there with people that we've never even met before.
Exactly. And
You
everybody
know,
who supports me, like, like I should see the most love from people on the internet who I don't never met a day in my life. But my friends, I have to beg them to post my stuff. Like,
yeah,
so it's certain things like that, like, and I'm not blaming nobody. It might just look cooler from an outside, lens. So, I mean, to each their own, but
right.
the support on the internet and the support from people who receive you in a certain like in a new light is always going to be different. I would always love to travel. I love to meet new people. But yeah.
As we continue to grow and become better versions and, obviously our talents are on display, it becomes hard for the people around us to accept that new version. So, like you said, it's a lot easier for some people to see just you for the first time, you know what I'm saying, and really enjoy the artist part of you, you know what I'm saying? And that's where, probably a good portion of the people that will impact in this world will come from. You know what I'm saying? Other states, other countries. If there's one place that you could perform at right now, where would it be?
Oh, I would love to perform in New York. Like that's always been my like, Madison Square Garden's like always been the theater. Like I feel like every artist dreams of that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that would be my big one right now.
Absolutely. Well, you just dropped a single called "Wish You Well." What
Yeah.
was? How did you come up with the theme for "Wish You Well"?
Honestly, I just went on vacation. I was like, I should shoot my music video here. I had a little like handy cam and I was in Jamaica. So that's like I kind of got the theme from like a greeting card, like postcard vibe. So then yeah, and I do my own graphic design, everything. So as soon as I think of something, I just go do it.
That's
So
dope.
I don't like to hold on to ideas too long or like yeah, I feel like every idea has an expiry date or someone else is gonna take it. Like, ideas aren't are ours. Like we don't possess ideas, I don't feel like. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Those thoughts come in, and we got a quick second to really kind of sit on them, or they just kind of fade away and be just, what could
Or
have,
you
should have been,
log in
right?
onto Instagram one day and you're like, fuck, someone took
Somebody
my
did it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And shooting in Jamaica, that's a vibe.
yeah, I
How was
love that.
that?
I love makeup. Oh, that was sick. It was just, it wasn't there was no pressure. I like literally just made my boyfriend shoot my content and then I came back, I just put it together. I love doing stuff with not too much pressure. Like even my videos with a concept or anything that even if I do put effort into it,
Yeah.
I don't like to what's the word? I don't have high expectations of the execution. I just kind of like let things flow and then whatever the result is, I either like it or I don't. But yeah,
Authenticity, you know what I'm saying? You're being
exactly.
authentic with with what you're putting out, you know.
Exactly.
And it's easy to be literally a perfectionist and worry about every little thing about, the shoot and the song, but when it flows, that's you get the best product
I
there.
feel like that's what stops a lot of artists too. Like that's where you get stuck in a place for a while because then like this idea of what you wanted isn't happening, then you get frustrated and then yeah, I don't like that.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
with this song that just came out, what's next? What can the fans expect next? Do we have a new project coming out or are you working towards something else?
I'm honestly just working towards some EPs right now. I did put my album out. It's been about a year, a bit over a year, a couple days actually. Um, but yeah, I'm just working on EPs right now. I don't even when I made my album, I didn't have like that in mind when I made it. I just kind of put it together. I noticed a lot of the songs kind of have a cohesive like wave. So I kind of just lined it up, put it together. But that's how I like to work. I kind of like to let things flow.
Was Inferno your first album?
It was, yeah. My first like official, I guess you could say. I did try to put it together an album, or I guess it would be like a mixtape about 2 years before that. It was called Not Born to Behave. I super liked it. I just felt like after I changed my name, like the spelling of my name, I just wanted to delete everything that I had prior to that and just start over. So yeah,
New identity, pretty much.
exactly.
No doubt. What advice would you give to other up and coming artists that are trying to get their music career going just like yourself?
I would just say like be genuine, be authentic. I would say don't try to jump the gun, but don't say no to opportunities. Like if they come your way, definitely take them. But I'm a big believer in being ready for your blessings because they could come your way and you could fuck it up if you're not, grown to a certain extent within like your brand or within who you are as a person. Like, like I feel like COVID fucked up a lot of things for me, but then I try to look at it in another perspective and be like, yeah, but I would have never been ready for any of this if I was who I was back then. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I would say don't try to like rush things, just be yourself, figure out your sound, figure out your brand and your identity and who you want to be to the world. And yeah, and just let things be. Don't put too much pressure on stuff and just be yourself.
Yeah, definitely leveling up takes it takes for you to almost destroy your old version of yourself,
That
and walk
and
into
that
a
was
new one.
literally that was the moral of Inferno. It was literally about like burning everything to ashes and just rising from it.
Absolutely. No, that's dope. That's dope. And that's encouraging others to take the same journey as well of, the
Exactly.
transformation, and when you're going through that process, it's tough because you want to go back to your old habits, you want to go back to
Oh,
your old thoughts, but you know that new version, like you said, you got to be ready for the blessings that are about to be on that new
yeah.
level, so if you had to describe your sound, how would you describe it?
Damn. I don't know. I would say versatile. I would say just different. I don't like to box myself into a certain genre, but I feel like when you listen to my music, it's very cohesive. I don't know if it's like my tone or like certain ad libs I have, or just like, I don't even think about it now. So I don't even write anymore, to be honest. I need to get back into writing, but um lately I've just been punching in
Yeah,
and I feel like that like changing stuff up also like the process of stuff just, brings in new like you can experiment, you can do different things and find different like I feel like your sound's always growing. So I mean, I could just say like versatile if I had to choose a word.
for sure, for sure. Do you have anybody that is directly inspirational to your music right now?
Um,
Or is it like more of a just collective of all of your experiences here?
yeah, it's just a collect. Honestly, my like the urge to like find new music isn't there as much as it was before.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I don't like to listen to certain artists thinking like, oh, this is gonna be inspiration for me. I just kind of like let life happen. I just kind of listen to what I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a direct inspiration right now. I would say I take a lot of inspiration from movies, like especially from music videos and stuff. Like I love movies. I love like plot twists. I love, certain things like that. So I've been reading a lot, like reading books and stuff. So yeah, I would say that's where I get my inspiration from.
For sure. That's what's up. Do you have any books that you would like to share with the fans here?
I forget what this book is called. It's by
Yeah,
Rick Rubin. Hold on, let me just Google it.
Rick Rubin. Okay, okay. Yeah, gotta tap in on the books, man. Books keep your mind fresh.
It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. And it's actually just so simple to read. I like books that aren't like, like a million pages long and
Yeah.
just straightforward. I feel like every artist should read this book. It relieves a lot of we have these thoughts, all these negative things like stopping us from achieving our goals. I feel like he just kind of makes you feel normal. Like he doesn't beat you up for it, and but he tells you like how to, like, a way of thinking, a
Yeah.
way of like being, and your mindset to just be free and just be an artist and not put too much pressure on it.
Dope. No, that's dope. Uh, so you also get influences from your music videos from certain movies. What type of movies have influenced some of your videos?
The Bronx Tale. I use that for a video called for a song called Vermin. I don't know if see this is another thing. I don't know if people like bag it when I do these things. I just
Yeah.
kind of use that as inspiration for like my treatments and stuff when I send it off to videographers. But yeah, like that one. Then what else did I hold on?
No doubt. Yeah, music video game is crazy. You have opportunities to tell so many different stories just with the visuals alone.
Exactly. All my no, hold on. Putting me on the spot.
Got to.
Um, my song All In, I made it like from I wanted it to be cartel vibes. Like
Yeah.
half of it I wanted it to be like um James Bond, like, casino scenes. Then I wanted half of it to be like Queen of the South, like cartel races and horses and stuff, which we couldn't do because it was the middle of winter and it's Toronto.
Of course,
But
of course.
yeah, we work with what we got. But yeah, I have a lot of references here and there. Like if you catch it, you do. But like I said, I don't like to put a lot of like I don't like to grasp inspiration and just copy stuff. I just want it to be, you know, the idea is there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, now we'll definitely be tapped into your music, Madar. It was great speaking with you. Make sure you guys tap in with Madar from Toronto. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can find your music, and where they can listen to you.
At Made by Madara should be most of my stuff. Um, and MDRA is how you spell my artist name. So Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud. Yeah, I'm everywhere. So yeah, check me out.
Awesome. You know what I'm saying? From Toronto to LA. That's our
Oh
episode of
yeah, I have to
Pod
check. I have to come
Exclusive.
check you guys out the next time I'm in LA for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, shoot, thank you
I love what
for
you guys are doing for the artists. Like, what made you start this while we're here? Like,
what made me start this. I started this 2018. I was writing NFL news for a couple other platforms. And it was around the time when Colin Kaepernick was taking the knee in the NFL. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, I mean, but
yeah,
yeah, he was taking a knee and it was causing some racial tensions here, obviously,
yeah, yeah.
discussions and with the police. So I was writing articles about that, and it was kind of the fan base that I was writing for was was not a black fan base, right? So obviously it was stirring up some stuff, right? So I mean, which is no problem, right? But it just made me start to think, then, I can actually run my own platform, right? I want to do something that's bigger than sports. And that's how this platform came about, 24/7 live culture, which is encompassing all of black culture. We have hair and beauty, sports, music, entertainment, lifestyle. We have several different podcasts. This is one of 8 podcasts that we have on the platform. And then we also have, obviously, we make movies. We've put out several short films in international film festivals and won some awards, that type of deal. And we've got two or three films that are going to release this year. We've got a sequel to Ellie Undercover that's going to drop this year as well.
That's
And
sick. I'm gonna check that out tonight,
yeah,
to be
no, check it
honest.
out. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing stuff for the people. And really once it started growing, we just started to take it real serious. Me and my partner were former football players, so that was our life before we got into this, and we became actors and whatnot, and started making our own films. And
That's
we're
it.
journalism majors as well, so we just said, why not just do the whole
Jack of
thing?
all trades. We love that.
You know what I'm saying? So, it gives us the opportunity to connect with so many different people that's creatives, and it gives opportunities for us to tell stories and talk on here, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Amazing.
absolutely. Well, shoot, that's our episode. We'll talk with y'all later.
Thanks for tuning in.
Grab me right with you, ain't weak in my knees. Bless you in abundance, I ain't even sneeze. $1 million deal.